So let's talk more about the markets now coming in from Monday, Tuesday, and of course expectations for today's trading. We'll be talking much later on the program with Rotimi Fakayejo to get a sense of early numbers from the Nigerian Stock Exchange. But Obianuju Nsofo, who is an investment analyst with AfriInvest, joins me now to take a look, to review the market and of course preview expectations from analysts for today. Obianuju, good morning and thank you for coming on the program.
Good morning, Harriet.
So looking at the numbers and coming first of all from Monday when the Central Bank of Nigeria announced its new FX policies, one would have expected that the market would have had a stronger reaction than what we're seeing. But let's start from the equities market, for instance.
Okay, well, the equities market was off to a good start. Like you rightly said, I mean, it was up on Monday and Tuesday, although the gains we saw were very marginal. We are looking at 34 basis points up on Monday and about a flattish close yesterday, given the fact that Nigerian Breweries, which is the second most capitalized stock on the exchange, released their full year 2016 results. They also declared a dividend, like you said, of 2.58 naira. Despite the gains, as of yesterday, it was up 4%. Despite the gains in Nigerian Breweries, the equities market, you can see that sentiment is still low. If you look at year-to-date, loss is about 6%. When you compare full year 2016 year-to-date return, which was down about 6.2%, it just gives you an idea of the weak sentiment in the equities market. And
it seems as if that weak sentiment was also translated in the fixed income segment of the market. Despite seeing a heavy volume of transactions done, we still see tepid movement around most of the dated bills, especially for the treasury bills market.
Well, yeah, I mean, the fixed income market, looking at money market indicators, OBB and overnight trades, they were about 20% levels on Monday. They further increased to about 100%, which is very massive, due to the fact that CBN announced the FX forward sales, which saw a squeeze in system liquidity, hence the rise in OBB and overnight trades. So going forward, we expect a more bearish sentiment towards treasury bills and bonds markets due to the level of system liquidity, which is already tight at the moment.
So that's talking about the fixed income segment of the market. Even though we'll be talking to Rotimi much later on the program to get pre-early numbers from the stock exchange, what are your expectations with regards to the equities market now? More companies are expected to turn in their results. We've seen Nigerian Breweries, not so impressive, but it's good enough and it's a good start compared to where we've seen most of the other companies, especially coming in from 2016, which was quite a challenging year for those companies. So do you think the results we've seen from Nigerian Breweries is like a curtain raiser for what we should expect from other consumer goods stocks listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange?
Okay, well, I think most investors, they had factored in Q3 2016 results. The what was published as of 9 months 2016 is just going to be more or less like a similar result for full year 2016. So they already have an idea of what these companies are actually going to publish. So what they'll be looking out for are dividends. So they're going to be comparing dividend yields across companies in the same sector, so which company pays a higher dividend yield. So that's exactly what investors will be looking at.
And then do you think that we'll see any dividend higher than maybe 3 naira? Because it really is a little very tight right now. The companies, yes, they want to satisfy their customers, but they also have to make sure that they are happy as well.
Well, it's kind of hard to say, but I think most companies will try and maintain their dividend payout as of historically. We are looking at the likes of tier ones. They would like to probably we can see a slight decrease, but not too much of a decrease on similar levels historically.
That's for consumer goods. Do you think that will be the same for across the board in terms of looking at the banking stocks, for instance, industrial goods and even insurance? Because we really haven't seen any insurance company turning in its results just yet.
Well, results are going to be trickling in, let's say, towards the end of this week, next week. Also, we also have our equity stock recommendation. We are going to be publishing it out on Monday, where we are going to give our recommendation on each of these companies, an analysis and valuation on each of these companies.
But based on the performance of the equities as we see them right now on the stock exchange, which do you think is most favored right now, apart from the usual suspects, which are the banks, of course? Which ones are most favored right now by investors?
Well, we are looking at the large caps. I think investors will be looking towards, for the consumer goods, we are looking at Nestle. Nigerian Breweries just published their results. So for the oil and gas, we are looking at the likes of Total.
Yeah, because Forte Oil's already published its results.
So Total's result, it should be good. Looking at the likes of probably Mobile. For the banking space, we have the tier ones. So industrial goods, we are looking at the likes of Danksem, but Lafarge posted a loss as of 9 months 2016. So for the industrial goods, you are looking at the likes of Danksem.
Danksem.
Yeah.
Why Danksem?
Well, it's the most capitalized stock in the exchange. It's more of why not Danksem.
Well, that's a very good one. But so for you, those are your stock recommendations. Of course, mostly the large cap stocks, like you said.
Yeah.
But then if you noticed, for a very long time, up until when we started seeing these companies posting the results, it seemed as if investors were favoring mostly small and medium cap stocks. Do you think that will also continue?
Well, there are very attractive opportunities in the market. It depends on kind of investor you are. If you are a risk-loving, there are attractive stocks trading at good prices. So, so for those investors that can see that, they can lock into that for the short to medium term and benefit from that.
All right.
Yeah, but for those that want to play safe, they'll go for the market bellwethers and the likes of that.
Or they will totally exit the equities market and go to the fixed income segment of the market. Well, thank you so much, Obianuju, for coming on the program this morning, and of course giving us your review and of course expectations for the markets for the rest of today and indeed the week.
Right.
Obianuju Nsofo is an investment analyst with AfriInvest, joins us to talk about the markets. And of course, we'll come back in just a bit and still focus on the markets, and we're still taking a look at the new CBN FX policies and talking about how it affects the oil and gas industry. Dolapo Oni, who is the head of energy research at Ecobank, will join us in just a bit to talk about that. And we'll also review how some of the oil and gas stocks we track here on the program finished trading on Tuesday. It looked a little bit lackluster, but we'll take a look at those numbers in just a bit. Stay with us.